are going
friends.
live right now. Hello. Hello. Hi. How are you?
It does say live now. Oh yeah, there we go.
Aaron says he hears me.
Good. Can you hear me?
Can you hear Michelle?
Can you hear me? Can I hear?
What? What?
Whoa, where'd you all people come? There's like so many people in the chat. Where'd you all come from?
Aaron says yes repeatedly now.
Oh, that's good. Hi everybody. What's up?
Hello. Hi. Thank you, Aaron.
Yay, like we're hearable. We're waiting on Kevin, and if Kevin doesn't happen, that's okay too.
Yeah. I'll move one of
Uh,
us to the other side of the screen. Whimsy.
what? Balance? Crazy. So let's talk about what I found at the back of my mug cabinet today.
Yes, let's.
It's this cup right here,
That cup!
which I was not in the normal move like rotation because it is very delicate. It's hand painted. I think you got this for me, right?
No, I didn't get you that one.
Then Stacy got this for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is. I've had this for years, but it just I kind of shove it to the back because it is so very delicate.
Yeah, it is a good chonky mug, but the paint job is very delicate.
Yeah.
I got you the one that I got printed, and I definitely stole somebody else's like wallpaper background art and then added some more shit to it.
I have that one, and it is at the front of the rotation because it is not delicate and it's very good, and I
Uh,
like it very much.
Vistaprint does a really good job printing your mugs, turns out,
Yeah,
and it
and I
is
think that one's microwave safe because I have microwaved it and it's not
and it's been pretty
destroyed.
safe. That's good stuff. I think I liked it so much I made myself one.
I think that's true.
Because I do I have one? I think so, or maybe Jesse.
James is here, RD is here, Maddie's here. Yay! Good job, everybody.
Thank you for your patience while we recalibrated.
It's James. It is helpful because your username is so very different. Although I do remember Maddie at this point, who is clown is
Maddie is the clown.
Maddie's clown. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. We'll get there. It's only been what 20 weeks.
17 weeks in. I don't remember my own name, but I still love all of you, even if I
Good, I
can't
am
remember.
correct. That is Maddie. I remembered.
Hooray. Well, while we keep vamping some more, I can talk about, I got a little hippo on my teacup. Just a little boop, little boop.
Oh, the tea hippo.
My tea hippo. Uh,
Cute.
it's very cute. And other things that are cute is my cat, Skelly. I don't know if you've heard of Skelly, but
RD002 after the Planticutor stream made 2 mugs that say everyone is allergic to poison.
oh my god, RT!
That
That's great.
fucking rules.
Yes, so my very lovely cat Skelly, we got him a cat harness and a cat leash, and they finally showed up. And I have been of the firm belief that Skelly will not take to walks very well, ever. So Aaron put the harness and leash on. I went to take a shower. I came back, and Aaron's laying outside in the hammock with Skelly on his lap in the hammock. And I'm like, okay, this is chill. Skelly's not freaked out because he's on top of Aaron and he's in a secure location, the hammock. Also, less than a foot away from the door to the inside, which is open in case he wants to go inside. Aaron gets out of the hammock, and then, dishonorable mention is a better correct phrase, Jabs.
Honorable dismention. I think that conundrum that you've just pointed out, Jams, is Stephanie to a T. Which is it's
just...
not even whether it's intentional or not, it is definitely a Stephanie trend of talking.
I, it's not even like English is my second or third or anything but my primary and only language. I just talk like an ESL person.
No, but also it's like I don't know if other people notice, but I notice because I have to listen to everything we say twice. But Franziska von Karma, and you often call her Francesca von Karma
I sure
or
do.
von Carmel because that's
like,
constant tick as well.
I can't. Once I say it wrong, it's stuck.
Yeah, so Francesca von Carmel, it's been 8 years, and you still say Francesca von Carmel sometimes.
That's why I've tried to primarily just switch to straight Franzi, because then I'm just wrong. And it's just nickname now.
Yeah, Francie being a nickname is at least is identifiable. It's not a problem. It's funny.
It's just, I'm sorry, I can't speak good. So my cat Skelly, who I love very much, is an honorable dismention.
This mentioned can't lay in a hammock.
Can't, laid in a hammock, and then he eventually decided he did want to go for a little walk, and he's tried to eat the plants outside and lay in some dirt. But then he tried to crawl under some more bushes because he likes to lay in the bushes. So I was like, okay, okay. He successfully went for a walk. He walked down the sidewalk and then he went into the bushes. But he had a leash on, so we got him back in. And then he proceeded to meow for like 2 hours. And I was like, first off, you used to never meow. You used to open your mouth and nothing came out. And I remember those days. Those were good days. Good days when my cat just opened his mouth and went. And occasionally an came out. Now he actually meows like a real cat. I don't know what happened. I hate it.
He went to Michigan and he came back and he could meow. But also, did he meow for 2 hours because he wanted to go back outside?
I think so. He was like pawing at the window.
Well, you've given him too much power in that he can meow now and wants to be a podcaster.
The thing is, I'm not going to make him YouTube famous. It's not happening.
Well, he's also an old man, so the fact that he can't go on a walk properly he's an old man cat.
It's true. It's an old man cat. He just wants to yell at the clouds and take a lot of naps.
Jams used to say Francesca. Also, Marcus Edgeworth is what Jams's brother calls Edgeworth. Marcus.
I mean, Marcus is a real name, but
it is. But like, it's a very different mood than the name Miles. Not that I think Miles is fitting for Miles Edgeworth.
At this point, I wouldn't change his name to anything else, because...
No, I wouldn't either. I don't know.
Very strange. I want a mug really badly, going back into chat, that says everyone's allergic to poison. Or a shirt.
RD, did you just do it in text, or did you like do a picture on it too? Or was it just a text with like a white mug with just black lettering that just says everyone's allergic to poison? Because that's still very good. And we don't do merch, but hey, maybe we should just make that available on Teesprings. Everybody can buy it.
I would be down.
Not to make money.
Not to make money.
If anything, RD should make that and provide it.
Buy it. If I was to make us merch, object to this merch, at this point it would be the logo that I owe Mop Up for, because Mop Up's the one who designed it. And then
RD made a design. Yes, please. I want to see this design.
Yes.
Very much so.
But one of those shirts that got a little breast pocket, I would just put our little object to this logo on a breast pocket. Like that's like the
and like embroidery. That's classy.
Yeah, like that would be it. That's all I like. That's all we're kind of worth. We don't have any like good, recognizable merch opportunities.
You cannot say to these 7 people in this chat that we don't have any good memorable quotes.
No, the quotes are there. It's just not all quotes should go on a shirt. Like the gentle curve of his butt does not go on a shirt.
You're kneecapping yourself.
You're right.
Sincerely.
I mean, I could make a shirt apparently that says honorable dismention.
Honorable dismention. Honestly, we struck gold on the episode that you weren't even on, which was Where in the World is Carmen Sandy Edgeworth?
Yes.
That should go on a shirt. Not that we have any graphic design skills whatsoever, so that's how it goes.
Oh.
Wow, Kevin. We're live, Kevin.
Oh, hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. I'm gonna get your face up in just a minute. Oh, Streamlabs. Do you not want to look at Kevin? That's rude. Rude. It's Michelle.
we were talking about, well, the update for you, Kevin, is after the episode we did where we just did anime versus plausible and we had the Prosecutor.
Mm-hmm.
RD002 made 2 mugs that just say everyone's allergic to poison and purchase them.
That's wonderful.
It's very good. RD has sent an email with the design. This is very important. I must go look at it now.
Oh, please do. And I will add Kevin's display, for it does not want to look at him, but I do. Add new stuff.
This is fantastic. It is black text. It's in quotes. It is a sans serif font. It says everyone's allergic to poison, and then it has the Ace Attorney sparkle over the A in allergic. And then it says Michelle 2020, which honestly, I don't need that credit.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
I don't even remember saying that. I assumed that Kevin said that.
That sounds like something I would say, but
It does. It looks great. It's fantastic. It's a nice chunky mug. I'm pleased as punch that it exists. I may buy it for myself.
Well, maybe we should both get
You said it and then TM'd it.
that. You say that like she doesn't do that all the time for everything.
Yeah, we stole that joke from a Bim Bam 5 years ago and they stopped doing it.
It's true. Alright, screen's gonna get crazy for a second. Sorry everybody, but I gotta get Kevin in. And just Kevin.
Do you have any news, Kevin?
News. I've been working a lot.
Oh,
That's my news.
that's fine. That's
I was
fine
working
news.
until just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, that's our bad. Sorry.
No, it's completely fine. I'm not really in control of these schedules either.
Yeah. So it's all work all the time right now.
It sure is. Well, we're very close to launch, so things are gonna get real weird for a minute.
It'll be good though.
Launch, that's exciting though.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. It just means that there's a lot of like things we've been putting off that we can't put off anymore.
Oh no.
But otherwise, yeah, I've been doing voiceover sessions for the past 3 weeks, and I've got at least another 2 weeks ahead. So that's going to be quite a few interesting days.
Well, have you picked up any good voice acting tips for us to utilize in this stream?
Water.
Oh well,
drink some?
failing step 1, I've got this mug of liquid and then I've only got half a water bottle here. So fail step 1. What's next?
What do you want to know, I guess? I don't know. I can't come up with something dry, I suppose.
Jam says that they've been seeing all the news and good luck on the launch. It's very
Thank you
exciting.
very much.
RD says good luck also. So everybody's yay, good luck.
Everyone's saying, yeah, good luck. It's a good game. That's my my review. It's a good game.
It is a good game.
That's true. And eventually, you need to finish it, Stephanie.
I know. I've had the privilege of playing most of it, and while I was while my series of unfortunate events happened, I was laying on the ground, and I was like, I need to play Bugsnax again. And I'm like, no, now's not a good time. My car window, in terms of all my other things that have happened, which is quite busy, we finally got done with a bunch of stuff, and we were coming home, and we rolled down the windows part way, and then we went to go roll them up, and one of them rolled up, but not the driver's side. So we had to try to take apart a car door at 9:30 at night, and it did not fix the problem. So we had to fix it the next day. But while I was freaking out about my window, I'm like, just thinking about the Bugsnax.
It gets in you, you know?
Tony can attest he's been singing that song for 3 weeks straight.
This is my curse to all of you.
I mean, it's partially your curse, but it's partially Carol Benito's curse.
That's true, but we asked them to do it.
It's true.
They weren't going to do it without that.
Yeah.
You gave them money. It's fine.
True. I feel like they wouldn't have written a song for us if we hadn't paid them.
Probably not.
Probably not. All right. Well, let's delay no further. Let us return to Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations, Prosecutor's Bath, the second game. I am the driver of this game, Stephanie.
I am Michelle, and the last thing I remember is some tablecloths got switched.
And I'm tied up in the boot of the car. I'm Kevin.
I forgot to say object to this. See, there's too many things. I still always forget something.
It's okay. Just go for it. Meanwhile, what happened last time? We got stuck because of game mechanics.
Because the tablecloth was blue, and we knew it was blue and not white, but we didn't know we had to look at the table to do that.
And Larry drew a picture. And where everything is pointing to what's her face? That lady.
There we go.
Everything's pointing to her, but it feels too obvious.
Yeah, but we still haven't met Gustavia. He's still unconscious upstairs, so that's our biggest... Probably it isn't her, but man, is she suspicious.
Yeah. So anyway, we're doing testimony, I guess. The Zodiac Art Gallery, an essay by me. 18 years after Monsieur Master was arrested, I was finally able to buy back this mansion. Oh yeah, I forgot, Parasite, right. Then, in order to maintain it, I decided to manage it as an art gallery. I collected Pierre Huquet's work from all over the world. After all, it was my dream to open the Zodiac Art Gallery.
It's wonderful that your dream has come true. What do you think, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I don't believe there was anything strange about her testimony.
Judge Courtney, I believe in the courtroom it is standard to cross-examine the witness. Wouldn't you agree? It's a little too early to say that there are no contradictions.
You speak like a defense attorney. Very well. Proceed as you please. Rebuttal.
Oh, 18 years was this year, right? So she just bought it back.
Yeah.
It must have taken a lot of hard work these past 18 years to buy back the mansion.
The place full of my memories with Monsieur Master. It is only place for me. She's been growing her hair for 18 years too. No matter what, at any cost, I wanted it back.
She looks like she's having fun.
Well, one of us oughta. Well, she is a former actress. Singing and dancing is her livelihood.
Enough with the singing. Please continue your testimony.
Adam, you're really quiet for me, so let me adjust some volumes real quick.
I think it's because I'm on a different microphone than usual.
That's okay. I could just lower Michelle so you guys are more equal, and then just raise the max down.
Oh no, we couldn't.
I could be quieter.
No, it's okay. I think that's better. Okay.
In order to maintain it.
Are you managing this gallery by yourself?
Yes. Well, I say manage, but it only opened today. And I must continue protecting this mansion. so that Monsieur Master has a place to return to.
So she took back the mansion for Mr. Master's sake.
Kate, I'm so sorry. I was powerless. It's not your fault, Monsieur Shields. I couldn't do anything either. All I can do now is continue to protect the mansion. It's very weird.
A little bit. Protect the mansion. Buy a bunch of art.
Yeah.
Iroquois. That's Mr. Dover's alias, correct?
Yes, it's the name he used when he worked as a sculptor in France.
About collecting his works. You prepare the Taurus and Gemini sculptures. I heard that Mr. Dover passed away before he completed those two sculptures.
I had the sculptures in the Winter Palace specially made, based on the photo I took.
Oh? Oh? Could you tell us about that in more detail?
Add it to your testimony. Girl, it was my dream. Did she add it?
Did she?
Oh, maybe this is the tell me more, so she didn't add it.
Come on.
Opening the Zodiac Art Gallery was your dream.
The truth is, I wanted to manage the gallery together with Monsieur Master. We're gonna sing again. I'm not gonna do it. Singing and dancing and all kinds of sweets. That's the kind of gallery I dreamed about. Singing and dancing and sweets. None of this shit is sweets. It's art.
She's planning on staging a musical in here. And it's all sweets. They're all candy sculptures.
Oh lord. Are they made out of ice cream still?
Jeffrey Master disobeyed the goddess of law. It is unfortunate, but I'm afraid that your dream will never come to pass.
Master is innocent. The prosecutor at the time did not believe it, but
In order to protect Catherine Hall, Jeffrey Master gave a false confession. They were both trying to protect each other.
just like the gift of the Magi.
Just like that.
I prepared replicas of the sculptures in the Winter Palace based off the photos I took.
Okay, so it did get added.
Yeah, just at the end.
Weird choice, but okay. By photos, do you mean the ones taken in Isaac Dover's room?
You're quite familiar with the evidence from 18 years ago, Sir Edgeworth.
So the sculptures in the Winter Palace were replicas. They melted and I didn't even get to see them once.
No, the Sherbert sculptures shouldn't have been replicas. Miss Hall is obviously lying.
After all that trouble it took to prepare them, it's a shame they melted. Again. The same exact way that they did.
So the
Sculptures in the Winter Palace are the same Sherbert sculptures from 18 years ago. Unless I point that out to her, I won't be able to find out the truth. Wow, he really just gave it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a hint text.
Fucking prove it, lawyer boy. What piece of evidence proves that they're the same sculptures?
The chocolates.
That's the same chocolate from 18 years ago. I've been saving this since my father gave it to me one night after CNN.
It's probably
Is
just
that it?
liquid analysis results.
Salt, sugar, and blood detected. Sugar matches the light blue liquid, and the sugar has the same composition. Yeah, that kind of...
Let's just double check. 18 years ago used this dolly and it's still wet to this day.
Jam says they open the chocolate and it's just dust.
Ew.
They're still lumpy and weird shaped, right? Which means she hasn't improved her chocolate making technique for 18 years. Granted, she was busy being a professional actress? Question mark.
Yeah, because she was trying to make enough money to buy this mansion. She didn't have time
Yeah.
for chocolate.
To buy the farm. But like, why does she think Master's dream is to own an art gallery inside of his house instead of to make pastries and chocolates like his whole shit used to be? I want them in prison. You probably don't care about candy anymore, right?
Either that or like, it's like, remember the thing that sent you to prison 18 years ago? I thought I would let people come and just stare at it in your home from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember the man who died in
I've
your
collected
house
everything he's ever made and filled your house with it.
Yeah, something's not right about this entire plan, but
Also, like imagine like a famous French artist and a tiny museum opens somewhere in Japan to highlight all of his work.
I mean, Japan loves France.
It's true, but I mean, it seems a little bit like odd.
Alright, it was.
Good job.
Did you really think that your excuses would continue to hold up? No matter how much you lie, you can't deny the composition of the sculptures. From the analysis results, it's quite clear that the sculptures in the Winter Palace are the sherbet sculptures Mr. Dover created.
Oi, Miley! As a pharmacist, it's my turn to shine! What we call sugar is actually comes in many varieties and tastes. Even if the sculptures were replicas, it's nearly impossible to replicate the composition.
I see. Thank you for the explanation. Though I don't recall asking for one.
That was like pretty cogent and astute, though, Edgeworth. You did kind of need that. Ugh.
That, Miss Hall, means you couldn't have melted the sherbet sculptures back then. You stole them and preserved them for 18 years.
What? She preserved the sherbet for 18 whole years?
If you phrase it properly, it's not impossible.
Silence, please. Miss Curator, what do you have to say?
I can't believe you already figured out my plan. Uncovered so much. Meddling kids in your gumshoe.
So you're admitting that you were the culprit, or that you fucking stole sherbet sculptures?
No, I cannot admit to such a thing. There isn't any proof that I stole them after all. They were in my house and shit, like, a dead guy abandoned his property here. Also, I couldn't have stolen the sculptures 18 years ago. I don't think they would have been easy to steal without the police noticing.
Is that so?
Easy to steal without the police noticing is not the same as I didn't steal them.
Well, I think that
I don't know what
they would be stolen from. They would have been stolen from a crime scene, right? Like the place was a crime scene, and they would have been taken from a crime scene. So I don't think she could be like it wasn't actually theft. But yeah, it would have been impossible is different than I did not steal them.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess her argument in that case is like, which is more likely, that I stole them from an active crime scene or that they melted?
Yeah, I think that's true.
No, it's fair.
Right,
It's
in
just
which
like
case,
we're in the
for
middle
sure.
of busting her lie. Maybe your lie isn't, oh, how could I?
Perhaps.
It's not a very good, I didn't do it, that's all. But,
I don't know what you did 18 years ago. As such, how could I judge how difficult it would have been to steal them?
It looks like you were 7 or whatever back then, so you won't give up so easily.
I don't intend on giving up until I learn the truth.
I understand. Then I shall tell you what I did 18 years ago. Watch out. Jam says that Master was also a fan of Pierre Hoquet, although I don't know if that is still true after the murder, but maybe. What I did 18 years ago, a supplement to my previous essay. On the day of the incident, I was waiting in the main building until the judging. During the judging, at Monsieur Master's request, I went to change the film in the camera. But before I could deliver the camera to him, I discovered Monsieur Dover's body. After Monsieur Gregory arrived, I prepared tea for everyone involved in the investigation. It was then that I witnessed Monsieur Gustavia entering Monsieur Dover's room. And that was everything I had done on that day. I don't think there's anything suspicious about my actions.
That's not your decision to make.
Oh. Mr. Edgeworth, that was a good slam. But were there any contradictions in her testimony?
How I should just prove that she stole the sculptures. But when could Miss Hall have stolen them? If I can answer that, her crime should come to light.
I know it has been a long time since we played as Gregory, but I do feel like we did this exact testimony as Gregory.
Feels like it.
Because of you changed the film, but there was less pictures than a full can of film, and then you took a bunch of pictures of the sculptures, so you entered the room. That aspect?
Yeah, that all sounds correct. So I don't know what we will uncover that's new. Although I'm sure we'll have to present that evidence that Gregory uncovered.
Doing before the judging began.
I was in my room on the second floor, practicing my dancing. I was performing on the TV show Piece of Cake back then.
Piece of cake? What kind of show was that?
It was a children's program. The host made sweets while singing and dancing. I never watched it.
Oh, that sounds like fun!
It wasn't.
Well, that's unexpected. You knew about that show, Miles? Your dad told me you only watched the news and listened to NPR.
My father told me about it once, so I just
There it is.
happened to watch it a few times.
Against my will, as he sat me down and hid the remote.
It was in the block before Steel Samurai.
So Miss Hall was practicing her dancing in her room. I'm just gonna smooth over that one. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then?
How the fuck should I know?
No, he was still sculpting them then, right?
And I feel like maybe this question will come up on every question.
Probably. I think it couldn't have been then, is my instinct. This is true, we should look at the IS-7.
Murder weapon, rock salt lamp. Victim's body was found inside a deserted made by the sculptor, led to his rest. In the jail, he was diagnosed with the sugar thing, was treated. Confession, he was convicted as accomplice to murder. Isaac Dover, sexual request. Entered the contents of designer whose body was found in the finished room and caused small trauma because of the conventional autopsy. That's the body.
Whoa. Sorry, the case happened in 2000, so it's currently 2018.
Ugh. Oof. Okay. Let's just say that.
It couldn't have been then. I should listen to more of her testimony.
Do During the judging, at Monsieur Master's request, I went to change the film and the camera.
Emulator's struggling real hard today.
It is.
You were the only one who could move freely during the judging period. I asked slowly.
I certainly would have had more freedom to move about than the contestants. However, I couldn't possibly have stolen the sculptures right in front of Monsieur Master. Moreover, upon being asked to change the film, I went directly to the entryway.
At Mr. Master's request, she went to change the film and the camera. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then?
This is one I would. I probably think she stole the sculptures during the hubbub of the body, like the discovering the body, right?
I think so, or I think it was, there's that point where she sees Gustavia go into the room.
So not now. Either way.
Yeah. Because I think she did change the film.
Yeah. Couldn't have been then. I should listen to more testimony.
But before I could deliver the camera to him, I discovered Monsieur Dover's body. I think it's now.
Okay, let me just.
Because she took a bunch of pictures of the sculptures. Yeah, and then the body hubbub happens. And then Gregory gets there, and then Gustavia goes in, like, sneaky-like, but they're melted already.
Okay, so.
Did Gregory see them before they melted? Manfred was kind of in the way there, so...
Yeah.
Remember.
I'm trying to think.
Well, let's press it anyway.
Yeah.
Doing more sound fussing. Well, I wish I could just make the emulator.
Because we don't know actually how much time elapsed between her getting the film and her discovering the body.
Yeah.
It's true.
You entered Mr. Master's room before you delivered the camera.
Yes, I heard the sound of something breaking, you see. Monsieur Master, are you in here? Eek! That's what happens when I find a body. I just go, eek, eek. That was actually the sound of a ship breaking. Someone's the pipe that you see.
The body was discovered. Was Mr. Master still judging Mr. Gustavia's room?
I am sure that he was. Monsieur Master is the type of person who would carefully judge one room at a time.
Found Mr. Dover's body inside Mr. Master's room. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then?
I think yes. I don't know though. I mean, do you think it was? That's the question we have to answer. Is was it before Gregory got there, or was it after Gregory got there? Because the cops weren't here yet. So her statement, like, I couldn't have stolen them because the police investigation was ongoing.
Wasn't yet. Well, and again, we don't actually know how long elapsed before she found the body, and we don't know if her hearing the sound is even true, because we only have her word on that.
Yeah, do a safety save if we can. You could say it couldn't have been then, and we can do a safety save, and then go hog wild with yes, then.
Yes, and maybe.
This was when you stole the sherbet sculptures.
And how would I have done that?
That's...
Alright, it wasn't that.
Not even a great thief could have taken it then, you know.
Oh, it seems I was mistaken. My apologies. Please continue, Miss Hall.
After Gregory arrived.
But I witnessed you
Yeah.
entering the room.
Maybe on entering the room from.
When she stole the sculptures.
When did Miss Hall steal the sherbet, huh? With the brains of a great thief, I'm stumped.
They've never stolen anything.
If you want to know what happened, you should ask someone who was there. Don't forget, you can always count on Uncle Ray.
Yes, that's right.
Ray's been pretty quiet this whole time, though, for...
He wants to see how well you listen to his story. He's trying to say your listening
This is a
comprehension
test.
is. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's see. So, I prepared tea? Or...
You could press that one just to...
I think it might be this one.
Because I guess she was unaccounted for while preparing tea.
And she was wheeling a cart around.
Yes. Did you do so in the same manner as today?
Yes, I poured tea for everyone working on the investigation. Now that you mention it, Uncle Ray also got some tea from you that day. Kate was pushing her service cart back and forth from the patio to the main building. Yeah, there it is.
I see. Did anything seem strange to you then?
Well, I remembered your old man singing praises of her Ceylon tea. And he also said something about how the saucer was chilled.
The saucer was chilled.
Oh ho ho ho.
Could Miss Hall have
Yeah.
stolen the sculptures then?
Oh, she
That's
sure,
it.
sure did. Uh-huh.
This was when you stole the sherbet sculptures.
I'm sorry, but you can tell by how sweaty I am that I'm innocent. Monsieur Shields and company were at the fountain patio the entire time. Are you saying that I stole them in broad daylight?
That's precisely what I'm saying. This is where she hid the sculptures to steal them right under their noses.
She hid them in this drum. She hid them under her skirt. No. In the snowman. No.
She tricked Ray into eating them.
Possible.
And they were salty.
Neither my father nor Mr. Shields realized the sculpture was right in front of them. What you were pushing around was no ordinary service cart. It was the sculpture itself.
But surely that would still be impossible. If she placed the sculpture on the service cart, people would notice immediately.
I never said she used the service cart to move the sculptures.
What do you mean? Then what did she use to move the sculptures around?
This is what Miss Hall used to transport the sculptures. The thing I said.
It's still wet.
It's
from-
not a service cart, it's a lift trolley.
And this is...
This is the lift trolley Mr. Dover used 18 years ago to move his sherbet sculptures. It seems the same lift trolley lies here in the fountain patio.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Everyone was cheating, right? So he had pre-sculpted his sculptures.
Yeah.
Right.
So she was probably in on it. And so she was like, well, better pop these back in the freezer, baby. That's because it was originally prepared for the contest in the first place.
Are you you say she used the lift trolley to move the sculptures.
Yeah. If the sculptures were placed on this lift trolley and then covered with a tablecloth, it could be disguised as a service card and moved without arousing suspicion.
How could that be?
So the saucers were chilled because they were sitting on the ice sculptures? Hey, what's the meaning of this? What were you thinking? That was truly impressive.
Hmm.
You certainly are, Monsieur Gregory's son. After 18 years, it's hard to imagine any proof that I stole the sculptures remained. But I knew it was only a matter of time until I was suspected.
Miss Curator, does this mean you admit to stealing the sculptures?
Yes, I admit it. 18 years ago, I stole the sherbet sculptures from Monsieur Dover's room.
But since the statute of limitations are up, you can't get me.
Yeah. It's just as Monsieur Edgeworth says. I disguised the lift trolley as the service cart. And I served tea as I made my way back and forth. That wasn't all. I also took the ice block with all the star clusters on it.
Star clusters on it. Seems familiar. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. Winter Palace is a reproduction of Mr. Dover's room from 18 years ago. Because they had melted, my father never got the chance to see them. Those blocks of ice were also originally from Dover's Sherbet Salon.
The 2 sculptures and the 2 blocks of ice, I took everything I could. And then I placed empty glass cases in Mr. Dover's room. The sculptures were all encased in glass to preserve their fine details. But the ice blocks were being displayed as they were. As per the rules, we prepared the glass cases for Mr. Dover.
So it would have been easy for her to prepare the glass cases.
In Monsieur Dover's room, there were some sculptures that were still unfinished. I thought if I melted them, it would look like the ones I stole had melted too. So, everything you see in the Winter Palace are original works from 18 years ago.
Miss Hall, it didn't take much to get her to confess.
And she must know. She knows it isn't enough to try her in court.
Yeah, the statute of limitations is up.
That is all I have to say. But, even though I admit to stealing the sculptures, you can't arrest me for it. Ha ha ha, nana nana boo boo.
What? What do you mean by that? Heavens. You're assisting in the investigation without knowing this much? Perhaps you should read this book I keep around for Sebastian, called Statute of Limitation for Dummies. Except Sebastian doesn't know how to read, so I try to read it to him. Unfortunately, he doesn't listen very well. Statute of Limitations? Just jot that down to my organizer.
Now we can throw the book at people, you see.
To put it simply, it's the time frame in which the suspect can be taken to court. You can see it on this page. This page.
Sorry, that went very fast. I
didn't click anything, it just went fast.
Fine.
Statute of limitations for murder is 15 years. And theft is only 7? Wow! I could have stole so much gum and gotten away with it.
That's right. And Miss Hall's theft was 18 years ago. According to the statute, she cannot be arrested for stealing the sculptures.
So that's how it is. Stealing evidence from a crime scene is an unforgivable offense. However, for this crime at least, we have no right to pass judgment.
Well, you did. You said it was unforgivable.
It appears that Prosecutor Edgeworth's tepid reasoning has all been for naught.
Fid? I wonder about that. I deduce Miss Hall's actions simply to expose a different crime. If she only took the sculptures, we wouldn't have found the body from 18 years ago.
Are you saying that I hid Monsieur Dover's body?
That's correct.
But how could someone hide a body for 18 years?
Same way she hit the ice. I would imagine it would be very difficult under normal circumstances.
So you're saying the circumstances weren't normal? Are you claiming that you know where the body was hidden?
When you consider Miss Hall's actions, the answer becomes obvious. 18 years ago, Miss Hall stole something more than just Sherbert sculptures.
If you're so confident, I would like to hear your answer.
This is a little creepy. It's getting a little creepy, actually, that she's collected all of his art and also stole his body.
Where did Miss Hall hide the body? It would be in the star one, right?
I
As we
think so,
determined
yeah.
it was hollow?
Good point.
I don't know if we have the evidence for it.
Yeah. Oh, is it in that one? No, that was just bleeding from the eyeballs.
Uh-oh.
Do we not have a picture? I mean, maybe it could just be in this, like, the same place that she hid the other sculptures, so just present the other sculptures, maybe?
What's this actually say?
Yeah, I guess Winter Palace doesn't have any other pictures on.
No, it doesn't, but... Or the fluorescent cloth that was found floating?
I don't think she hid it in the cloth. She had to hide it in a freezer of some kind.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm pretty sure hollow glass cube with ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can present the one set and do a safety save.
Yeah, just because, like, this one they've really... We know the answer, but nothing lines up to the answer.
Oh, I can't safety save. Just check the panther.
We'll be fine. There's plenty of health left.
Yeah, that's true.
No, probably not this one.
Well, I will do the winter palace.
Yeah, that worked.
Whew. This is the photograph of Mr. Dover's sculptures.
Yes. And perhaps you've noticed that the victim's body can be seen in this picture.
I didn't.
I do not see it. Please point it out clearly.
Oh, I think I get it.
The bleeding eyeballs? Is that
Where in
the...
the picture can one see the body of the victim?
Time to expose the location of the body that we all know about.
I I think it is under the drape. I think you're right. It's under the cloth, which is that cloth lady is actually the victim's body.
Oh,
underneath
I hate,
the
like,
fluorescent cloth.
Yeah, so underneath in the
Yeah.
statue.
I guess I assumed it was a lady. That was my bad.
Well, that's probably what it's supposed to be.
The Gemini sculpt. Oh, sorry, that's you.
No, that's okay. I'm just like, we're all like, oh yeah, like Edgeworth brought it up, the hollowed out sculpture or the hollowed out ice block. Yeah, that's a great place to put a body. And Edgeworth's like, no, it's definitely one of the actual sculptures.
Yeah, it's not very Occam's
Oops.
razor simple. This one.
The Gemini sculpture.
Yes. What may look like the Gemini sculpture at first glance, in reality, this is none other than Isaac Dover himself.
Mr. Edgeworth, that's nasty. It was the victim's body.
Well, it's even grosser now because that means she saved the body of her idol and then put it on display for tourists to pay money to see.
It also means she served tea off of that.
Not like it was in a glass case though, right?
Oh, I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that's nasty too. But I mean, like, there's lots of nasty happening, but particularly the weird displaying of it. The
Yeah.
unconsenting public who had to witness something that they did not agree to is pretty gross.
Yeah, I'm pretty upset. But all I see from this picture is an ice sculpture statue.
Because a certain piece of evidence was used to conceal it.
Conceal it. Which piece of evidence did Miss Hall use to conceal the body?
I wonder.
Was it the fluorescent cloth that was disappeared 18 years ago? Probably.
That we found at the same time as the body.
This is the cloth that was covering the sculpture in the Autumn Palace. That was also discovered 18 years, missing for the last 18 years.
This cloth manipulates light. With it, it's entirely possible to make something look like ice. Isn't that right, Delicia?
Yes, see?
Yes,
Oh, do you want to be Delicia?
I don't know why I forgot that I'm not Delicia. By all means, please.
You could be Delicia this time.
No.
For some reason, my throat decided to give up today. Oh no, my hippo sank!
Oh no. If you're needing it, I can take her.
If you could step in for right now, Z's.
All right. You both do the accent better than me, but
You see, when it glows red, it's like a raging inferno. And when it glows blue, you can almost feel the glittering cool ice.
You're doing great. That cloth will only emit light when it is attached to a special device.
Hey, look closely at the picture one more time.
James is right. I was just so excited to say yesy.
Beneath the Gemini case lies a box-shaped object attached to the pedestal.
This is...
A rainbow light device. Detective Gumshoe reported one in the Winter Palace. This is the device that went missing 18 years ago. Originally, it would have been attached to the cloth inside the glass case. Naturally, Miss Hall took the device with her when she moved the sculptures. By using the rainbow light device to make the fluorescent cloth glow, Mr. Dover's body was made to look like an ice sculpture.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
So then, when Uncle Ray took a photo of the Winter Palace,
That's right. The body had been in front of us all along, disguised as a Gemini.
What is he really, though? What's his sign?
Scorpio? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know his birthday.
Do we?
Oh yeah, check his profile.
How specific are these profiles? Not
His age is dead, so
age is
who
dead,
knows?
We'll never know.
Okay.
Oh, Master looks so grumpy in his.
Aw.
I know he's been in jail for 18 years, so that makes sense. But oh,
Aw.
it's his jowls. He's not actually super grumpy.
It's his jowl lines to let you know he's aged.
I thought he was busy being like,
He is very tired though.
yeah.
Gets me every time. Anyway. However, the body and the fluorescent cloth were both discovered in the fountain. If the ice sculpture was the body, we would have found it in the Winter Palace.
If we had found it there, her trick would have been revealed immediately. This hall moved the body out of the Winter Palace to prevent us from discovering it.
Absurd. You say she threw the body into the fountain without any of us noticing?
No, Judge Courtney. There was no need for that. She simply used the same method as before. Remember the lift trolley? She moved the body to some other room and dumped it into the stream, to the fountain. Naturally, the frozen body would have sunk to the bottom of the fountain. That's
As we all
why.
know, ice sinks.
Famously.
Famously,
Well, his
people
body-
also sink.
His body's not ice.
No, we've all
This is
seen the
frozen.
Titanic.
Fair enough. That's why the cloth floated up first and was found by Delicia.
Yeah, that famous documentary, The Titanic.
And eventually, the body thawed out and floated to the surface.
Yeah, that is the exact opposite of how that works, but okay.
Monsieur Edgeworth, you truly have a gift for deductive reasoning. However, do you have any proof that I moved the body? Prove it, lawyer boy! If you cannot prove that, then there's no way I can accept what you're saying.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you accept it.
Wasn't there anyone who saw Miss Hall move the body?
Larry Butts.
No!
Yes. I believe such a person exists.
He's not a person!
Yes, this lie is the evidence that person gave me. Oh good, I can present that. We don't have to talk to him. That piece of evidence will reveal the truth of Miss Hall's actions.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you able to prove the crime of Miss Curie?
Certainly. I have evidence that will show exactly what she did.
That was a bold claim, Edgeworth.
It's time to see your answer. Which piece of evidence reveals Miss Curator's actions? Stick a pinky, little looky.
You put 3 chocolates on top just to hide.
Because it's definitely blue tablecloth.
Yeah.
Another sketch. Oh, it appears I have been drawn in this one.
This is a sketch Larry drew of the women at the fountain patio. I would like to direct your attention to the service cart on the left side of the sketch.
Service cart? What about it?
Don't you see? What transpired 18 years ago has happened again. Miss Hall was moving the body in this sketch.
No.
Please, wait. I don't see Monsieur Dover's body anywhere in that drawing. I see 4 pieces of chocolate on a table. All I did was hand out chocolates to everyone. It's so nice.
The key detail in this sketch is the color of the tablecloth.
I agree. RD says they keep saying sketch, it's not a sketch. It's like a full watercolor painting.
Right?
Up until now, I thought Larry had just made a mistake.
What does he mean up until now? We had a whole thing about it.
Yeah, we did.
Translation issue? I don't know.
It's like
It may be light blue in the sketch, but no blue tablecloths exist in this mansion. Perhaps it's Light blue because the body was hidden, still glowing underneath the tablecloth.
What? But the lift trolley is rectangular in this sketch. If she just placed the body in the lift trolley, we would notice it immediately.
There were 2 blocks of ice in the Witch's Palace that are completely hollowed out. If you put the body inside the block of ice, it would look like a service card. Like an hour at the hollow.
Damn, she didn't even cover this one, is what he's saying.
Miss Hall, you put the body in the block of ice and used the lift trolley to move it, didn't you?
I never imagined you would be able to deduce so much from just a single fantastic watercolor painting. But what if it was just a mistake, like you said before? It doesn't prove anything.
I agree that alone the sketch is worthless. Utterly, terribly worthless.
Ah,
Once you remove the body, the service card would revert back to a lift trolley. And that's why the lift trolley was left behind in the fountain patio. And without the service card, there would be no place for you to put your chocolates.
the chocolates I gave everyone.
Until then, the chocolates had sat on top of the service card as you gave them away. When you gave them to us, you took them from your pocket.
Oh, now that you mention it, they were a bit melted,
Pocket chocolate, I'm telling you.
but they were still really sweet and tasty.
So why was it necessary to put them in your pocket halfway through?
That's because
That's because once the body was disposed of, you no longer had a service card.
We've had our Gregory had to eat body tea, and now we had to eat body chocolates, body pocket chocolate. In addition,
Still sweet.
I hate it. Thanks. Hold it right there. If she put the chocolates in her pocket and left the lift trolley in the patio, then where did the tablecloth go?
You've been forced to put the chocolates in her pocket. You wouldn't have had time to dispose of the tablecloth.
Like, I know this is all the reasoning that we need, but, like, you know that episode of Sherlock where he's like, oh, you're clearly a drunk because you couldn't get your phone charger into your phone correctly every night because you're so hammered, and all of us are like, I can't get the charger in because it's dark, I can't see, or I'm just bad at depth perception. This is, like, the kind of reason is like, why did you move the chocolates into your pocket instead of off the table? It's like, I don't know, because I was nervous, and I move things 17 times a day.
yeah, I mean, it would be nice if Edgeworth actually points out what I've been saying this whole time, which is what kind of asshole puts chocolate in their pocket. Instead, you just have melted chocolate pocket. But nobody else has noticed that as a problem this entire time, including when Gregory kept chocolate in his pocket.
And Kay just said they were kind of melty from being in your pocket.
Yeah, that was like a slogan for M&Ms, that you could put them in your pocket, right? It melts in your mouth, not in your hand, right?
Right.
Not that any monster should put M&Ms in their pocket either.
No.
Well, because that saying is a lie. It absolutely will. It
Yeah,
will
but
melt.
the color will melt off. Not the chocolate will melt, but it will be self-contained, and then your hand will be stained with the colors. But no, I mean, yeah, I think you're totally right that this is like that time in Sherlock. Although Sherlock was talking about Watson's sister.
I don't know. I think I saw maybe that episode.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, I saw that one episode, so.
But episodes of Sherlock are an hour and a half long, so it probably felt like 7 episodes.
Yep.
7
And-
episodes like 7 years ago. But I just still feel
honestly-
personally attacked every time I think about it or go to charge my phone.
James is saying Edgeworth trying to expose her for chocolates in the pocket. Meanwhile, full 18 years of dust chocolate is melting in his pocket. Mapop says melted chocolate pocket sounds like the worst form of torture. Jam says cocaine pockets, which is another quotable thing from our stupid fucking our podcast.
When did we say cocaine pockets?
We have an episode called Edgeworth's Cocaine Pockets. Do I remember what we talked about? No, except that Edgeworth had cocaine in his pocket.
We're stupid.
That's how we're still in this unpaying business.
All right.
We talked about the third case of SOJ. Who had cocaine in that case?
Which case is the third one? Is that the
Not Soba. Soba's so is it Soba? Soba case?
I don't know. Edgeworth isn't in that case. Is that the one where the wife, the pregnant? No, it's not the pregnant wife. Then I thought it was the.
Shit, I don't know. I guess I'll have to re-listen to that episode, huh?
Yeah, it is the one
with the wife. Yeah, okay, it is with the wife.
Okay. Yeah,
the pregnant wife.
Edgeworth isn't in there, but I would say something about cocaine pockets, so I guess I'm on brand.
I'll go re-listen and update everyone next week.
Alright, we'll continue with this. Prosecutor Edgeworth, can you answer that for me?
Tablecloth wasn't hidden. It's right in front of us.
To clarify, the tablecloth used to hide the body, where is it now? We took it out of the fountain.
Well, we have. So, is it the same one that Delicia took out of the fountain and shoved into her purse, and then we have it? Or is that a different one?
I thought that was the luminescent cloth.
Oh, well, that's what the blue tablecloth is, the luminescent cloth, because...
So it sounds like, based on what Edgeworth said before, that he thinks that the tablecloth is only blue because the luminous cloth was glowing underneath it.
Underneath. Okay, so there's a missing white tablecloth, is what we're saying.
Even though this is vastly more complicated than that, just being the luminous cloth.
Yes, agreed.
So have we seen a white cloth anywhere?
So one thought I had is it's possible that so our possibilities are it's in the patio, it's in the what are they?
Sorry, it's inside the fountain, outside of the patio, or Miss Hall has it with her.
It's probably still with her.
Is it her apron?
It is probably her apron. I was thinking it's like her, because she's kind of got a crinoline under her skirts, so it could be that too.
I mean,
either way, she's got a lot of like hiding room in her dress, so
it's in her hair, her Simon Blackwell bear hair.
She's got a little bit more of a porcupine vibe going on, but I agree.
If she ponytailed it, it would be just like Blackwell, except for brown instead of black and white.
Yeah. The music.
Actually, I'm wearing it. It's my cravat.
Isn't it obvious? It's my cravat. Miss Hall is carrying it with her out in the open.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely her
out
apron.
In the open. You mean?
Miss Hall, you are wearing the tablecloth around your waist. The block of ice was not encased in a glass case. In other words, the tablecloth was in direct contact with the block of ice. If we have it examined, we will undoubtedly find traces of sherbet on it. Miss Hall, you will turn your tablecloth over to the police at once.
There's no need to examine the tablecloth. I will give you a verbal testimony which I can then recant later instead of physical evidence. It is just as you say. I stole the poison from Madame Delicia and I moved the body. Oh, I have done terrible things. Larry's still fucking here, huh? Madame Delicia, I'm so sorry. 1 week ago, I took your Megatoxin X bottle. I slipped it into that man's pocket to make it look like suicide. And if they suspected it was murder, the evidence would point to Madame Delicia. Katie! Kate, what were you thinking? Weren't we always trying to save Mr. Master together? I could not let myself be arrested. Not while there was still a body in the freezer. I had to prove it not until I had proven Monsieur Master's innocence. From the very beginning, I had planned to turn myself in once everything was over. But I suppose it is too late to say that now. Kate, why? Why would you go this far? Even for Monsieur Shields, I've caused nothing but trouble. For the past 18 years, I have been a criminal.
The IS-7 incident. Don't tell me you were the true culprit.
My greatest crime was stealing the sherbet sculptures for my own selfish interests. When Monsieur Dover died, they were no longer just ordinary sculptures. They had become the final works of the sculptor Monsieur Master so deeply loved. What if they melted before Monsieur Master returned? With that in mind, I couldn't let anyone touch them, not even the police. Even though I knew it was wrong, I moved them to the mansion's freezer.
No one checked the mansion's freezer?
For 18 years.
I only wanted to preserve Monsieur Dover's art. I did not know his body was hidden among them. What?
What? So she stole the sculptures without noticing the body?
Monsieur would never take another person's life. But because of me, the body vanished, and Monsieur Master was found guilty. And he was tortured and stuff too, but... That kind man, he treated someone like me as family. He meant more to me than anyone else, and yet... Kate? When Monsieur Master was found guilty, I was chased out of this mansion. I was finally able to reclaim the mansion just a few days ago, but... When I saw the sculpture still sleeping away in the freezer, I realized that I was the one who hid Monsieur Dover's body. However, the statute of limitations had already expired. Therefore, I could think of no other way to atone for my sins. No other way than what?
It appears I have misunderstood her. It seems she caused this entire incident in order to save Mr. Master.
What you thinking about, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm thinking about one thing that has been bothering me this whole time. Why would Miss Hall plan a murder with such an uncertain method like poison gas? And the reason she disguised the Autumn Palace to look like the Winter Palace was to make those involved in the incident 18 years ago confuse the two rooms.
I wonder what Kate was trying to accomplish.
Yeah,
James has a point here, which is like, if she didn't put the body on display, she said, Master loved Hoquet, so therefore I will put his dead body on display. Because she knew it was there, and then she was like, fuck it.
Yeah, at that point she's just like, oh fuck. I've had
And she's
Fuck.
like, fuck, I'm the one who hid the body, and so Master was never able to be found innocent because I had actually stolen the body, and now the statute of limitations up, so I can't be prosecuted on it. Therefore, I will display it in my museum. Like, what do you? So you can't be found guilty, so you can't atone, but you could tell somebody and get your boy out of prison.
So
Yeah.
I think Edgeworth's about to get into it, like why, because her plan is to catch the murderer.
Ah,
Oh.
yeah, okay.
She was trying to prove Mr. Masters' innocence. In that case, Miss Hall's true objective was
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, to
we
find
go.
the true culprit.
perhaps she was trying to find the true culprit. Miss Hall, were you trying to find the true culprit?
Oh,
You wanted to reveal the true culprit and have the police find the body from 18 years ago.
I swear to God, if we keep saying this like we kept saying pocket chocolate, I'm gonna throw something.
Was that not your true goal? By displaying those sculptures, you'd attract those involved in the past incident. Only 2 people would know where the body was hidden. You and the true culprit.
The culprit would have panicked, knowing that the body would be displayed publicly.
Yes. And if the culprit really showed up, there's the risk they'd erase their tracks. In the worst case scenario, they might have even stolen the body. So, how could she protect the evidence while simultaneously luring in the culprit?
I see, that's why she made the Autumn Palace look like the Winter Palace.
Yes. And then, Miss Hall, you must have thought. Whoever opens the Pisces case, believing it to be the Gemini case, must be the true culprit of the IS-7 incident.
Oh,
What?
yeah, Courtney's right.
But that means the person is the true culprit.
Gustavia, whose voice I forgot.
You know, the poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. The poison that
Yeah.
will end Cusco. That's what I feel like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Please wait a minute, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Do you realize what you're saying? Do you intend to accuse that person of being the culprit behind
The
the
true
IS
culprit.
7 incidents?
Do you intend to accuse the true culprit of being the true culprit? Vote now on your phones. Text 555 idol to.
Miss Hall was trying to trap the true culprit. If so, wouldn't the true culprit who fell for the trap be the true culprit? Oh my god, what are we doing?
Like, we did a half an hour about tablecloths, and now we're just.
Spinning our wheels.
I've got no evidence to back up my claims.
Oh my god.
If I make a formal accusation without any proof, it will not end well. Should I announce the true killer of Isaac Dover?
Is it Manfred von Karma?
I
How can we
doubt it.
make Manfred von Karma the true culprit?
I mean, he deserves to be. That's how. Let's.
I mean, we should make the accusation the dude's asleep. We got plenty of time to find evidence.
But if we don't make the accusation, we don't have to worry about proving anything now.
Well, do you want to play the game or do you not want to play the game?
Well, I thought we would secretly search for evidence and then make an accusation.
Well, this is.
That's what Phoenix would do.
He did just get done telling us, like, well, I sure don't have any evidence to make this accusation.
You're right, yeah.
Should I make it?
Do Do you want me to make the accusation, Michelle?
I think you should try it and see.
Okay.
This question is, are we gonna be Miles Edgeworth or are we gonna be Phoenix Wright? And we're gonna be Phoenix Wright.
Oh, I see.
What I should do is reveal the truth.
Yeah, you're right. This is Phoenix, right?
It's what
In
he
that
would
case-
want.
There is no need to hesitate. Yes, that's correct, Judge Courtney. I indict this person as the true culprit behind the
You don't-
I-7 incident.
You're acting as a defense attorney. You don't get to throw around words like indict.
Yeah. That's not even kind of like... It is Gustavia, right? It's not a secret
I
other
believe
option.
it is Gustavia.
Okay.
Because Manfred's dead.
Dame Gustavia, who fell victim to the poison gas, the gas for Cusco. He's the true culprit of the IS-7 incident. You were saying he's the one who did the murder.
Gusty is... Mr. Gustavia.
Tall. You believe that if you open this gallery, the true culprit would come. That's why you set up the poison gas trap, is it not?
You truly have a gifted mind,
Just like your father. This is a weird comparison that she keeps making because Gregory didn't figure it out.
No. And he was around for like 2 days for her life.
2 days. Yeah.
It is as you say, Monsieur Edgeworth.
Also, you know, they were in court for a long time.
They
Right,
did do
sure.
court for a year of it, yeah. So maybe Gregory figured it out, but it's just it strikes me the audience is odd because Gregory we were Gregory and we didn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Also getting some of those Harry Potter vibes where it's like you look just like your father, but you have your mother's eyes constantly, right? Constantly.
A little
Um,
bit.
Now, would you please tell us the whole truth?
Yes, I have nothing more to hide. I will tell you everything. I set a trap in the gallery to find the true culprit. Before the gallery opened, I left only the Autumn Palace unlocked. At opening time, when I went around to unlock each room, I discovered that the Autumn Palace had been locked from the inside. I knew that the true culprit was on the other side of the door. My hand was trembling.
All that was left was for the trap to do its work.
When I heard Monsieur Gustavio was exposed to the poison gas, I realized he was the true culprit. And I thought that if the police discovered Monsieur Dover's body, it would prove Monsieur Master's innocence. Why didn't you ever come talk to me? There might have been another way. I know that you did everything you could for me over the past 18 years. However, all of this had been brought on by my own crime.
Also, you insist on calling yourself uncle and hugging me every time I see you.
True.
That's why I wanted to save Monsieur Master as soon as possible. Kate. Not only that, the police hid the fact that the body went missing 18 years ago. Even if I reported the body, there was a chance that the truth would be hidden again.
That's true. Not trusting cops is probably a good reason to not go to the cop.
That's why I caused the incident at the museum's opening, with as many witnesses as possible.
I'm sorry. Gregory, Mr. Master, and even you,
I couldn't protect anyone.
what she has done, I want to reframe for a second. What she's done here is put a deadly poison inside of the case with the body, so that way the true culprit would fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a crime.
And Ray's reaction is, I'm so sorry that I couldn't save you from this burden.
It's
The
very
burden of attempted
Japanese.
murder.
The burden of attempted murder, yeah.
That is like the most Japanese thing that has happened in this case.
I know. I just wish he would be a little bit more outraged. Just sort of, he said what I wanted, which is there could have been another way. And she's like, but I don't trust cops, my dude. And he's like, well, you didn't have to fucking kill them. Luckily, he didn't die, so we could talk to him about it. But you still wouldn't have proved anything if he had died.
You know,
Anyway, that's
Ray's
all.
got some good points. It's all.
Well, Mr. Shields, it must have been tough on him as well.
The one who should be apologizing is me, the attempted murderer. Monsieur Edgeworth, Monsieur Shields, I'm terribly sorry. I shall accept whatever punishment I am given. However, I must ask of you, please clear Monsieur Master's name.
The truth that was hidden for 18 years was revealed in an unexpected manner. However, to think that things would end this way...
Hey, where's Sebastian?
We're gonna do a part 3. He's asleep with Larry, or helping Larry paint or whatever. Jam says, the more I think about this case, the more I realize Kate is just not a good person.
No.
Well, Larry's here. I think, Sebastian, did we send him to hang out with Gustavia?
Maybe.
I
To
think-
check on him?
I think so. I think that's what happened. I mean, we
Okay.
should generally be glad that Sebastian's not here right now, but like...
Yeah.
I'm living in constant fear that Larry will speak again, just like as a choice. But
could happen.
yeah, it could happen. Which is like he's at least in the room. I'm just like waiting for the unexpected appearance, especially going, "Hey everybody, why the long face? I figured out who the murderer is." Like, shut up, Sebastian. We just did 20 hours of investigation without you. April 2nd, 3:11 p.m. Zodiac Art Gallery, Fountain Patio.
Miss Hall, have you composed yourself?
She never really broke.
Yes,
What you did, no matter the reason, was unforgivable.
yes, I know.
However, you committed this crime in order to prove Mr. Master's innocence, so it's
Don't say the thing that's gonna come next, Edward.
If the true culprit is someone else, we have a duty to reinvestigate.
That's not what I thought he was gonna say.
Okay, good.
No false evidence from the IS-7 incident remains in the official case files. Moreover, there is no evidence to lend credence to Mrs. Hall's testimony. We should first arrest Miss Hall as a culprit behind today's incident.
We cannot be certain that all the case files are accurate. After all, the prosecutor in the case has a history of forging evidence.
Are you suggesting that the PIC overlooked such a prosecutor?
Did they even exist?
That's none of my concern. The truth is that the evidence was falsified. And the fact that Dover's body from 18 years ago was just discovered proves it.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, I can see remnants of Prosecutor Von Harm's within you.
What did you say?
What a fucking grave insult.
Yeah. Well, I see the man who raised you. You tried to deceive the PIC and fabricate the truth by telling me that Manfred von Karma deceived the PIC and fabricated the truth. Let me inform you of my, or rather the PIC's logic.
This is not how I expected this case to go on, is that we're gonna litigate an appeal, or like the chance to have an appeal, and not go talk to the guy upstairs.
I honestly, as far as my memories went, I could have sworn we talked to him way earlier.
They just keep like pushing him further and further down the road, like, oh, finally we get to talk to Gustavia. No, no, okay. The PIC's logic. I am the PIC. I acknowledge that Prosecutor Von Karma fabricated the information about the body. However, he successfully convicted Mr. Master as an accomplice. I believe that the true culprit was Miss Curator herself. She even attempted to murder Mr. Gustavia today in order to pin the blame on him.
Also, shouldn't the fact that any of the evidence was forged have gotten the entire case thrown out?
Yeah. Like that's
Like, they can't just say, oh, we removed the one bad piece of evidence, now it's fine. Like, that's not how that works.
No, yeah, it should get the whole thing thrown out and then retried at least. Although I don't know how Ace Attorney would deal with their double jeopardy situation in this.
Yeah.
Because, like, they talk about how Von Karma got, like, a black mark on his record for being caught forging the evidence, but then, yeah, why did the trial continue? Why was he still on it after having done that? Like,
Well, they didn't figure out he forged the evidence until later, right? Until after this conviction.
I guess so. But then you would still overturn the conviction.
Well, he got a penalty. Remember, Gregory got him a penalty, and that was the
Right.
only thing he got in this case. And then, but then the fact that Shields has been trying to retry this case, get this case appealed for 18 years.
That's fair.
And the fact that now Edgeworth is having to be like, yes, this case should be appealed, and thrown out on forged evidence, and Shields is just, Ray is just being quiet over here as Justine Courtney goes, no, leave him in prison.
I guess the fact that the PIC is extremely corrupt is largely the reason for all of this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think
But
so.
anyway, is that really what the PIC believes?
Yes. Every word I utter is for the sake of law and order.
It seems she intends to hide the truth for the sake of the PIC. At this rate, neither Mr. Master nor Miss Hall will be saved. Although I don't know why he concluded Miss Hall needs to be saved, because the attempted murder is real.
Yeah, no, she admitted to it, and she did definitely do it.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, what happens is that the ideal scenario would be like Masters gets a retrial and found innocent because he was not involved in the original murder. She does not get tried for that murder because the statute of limitations is up, but she does get tried for this attempted murder.
That's too logical for this game, Michelle.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
What you said was finally the only thing that made sense tonight. How could you?
What about the true culprit?
Wait, I'm sorry, what? Pocket chocolate? What?
Although we're past the statute of limitations for the original murder, so it doesn't matter if they find the true culprit.
Yeah, they're not gonna
It matters to Edgeworth though, because we've placed our Ace Attorney value on finding the truth, italicized the truth,
and finishing the case our papa could not.
Yeah, and redeeming Ray and our papa.
All right, we're gonna acknowledge that was fucked up. All right.
If you acknowledge that, why won't you reopen the case? Get right to the heart of it.
The goddess of law said fuck off.
Clearly she did.
Well, Prosecutor Von forgot.
Oh shit, it was me, Ray. If you ask me, it's all been bogus ever since Von Karma fabricated evidence. And you claim that justice was served. What is the PIC thinking?
I can already declare my verdict. There is no need for further investigation.
Hear your explanation on the matter, then.
Howard successfully convicted Mr. Masters to the death after torturing him.
I heard that the biggest factor in Mr. Masters' conviction was his confession. If Prosecutor Von Karma had a hand in his confession, the ruling may not be just.
The initial investigation was handled by Detective Rip Lancer.
Replacer.
Replacer.
Ha.
Because he replaced bad.
That's right. was the one who obtained the confession, according to the official reports. All I can say is that the ruling has already been handed down. Jeez, why does Miss Courtney have to be so stubborn? Is the PIC so high and mighty?
They sure seem like the arch enemy of prosecutors, to say the least.
So they're kind of like what the police are to the great thieves.
The great thief, who nonchalantly works alongside the police.
That's honestly the best thieves.
It makes me think, like James is saying that the PIC were probably just as corrupt back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And are just as corrupt as Manfred. What do you want to bet Manfred was on the PIC or led the PIC? Like the great thief who works with the police, right?
I mean, we're gonna meet the person who runs the PIC.
Well, now, but I mean back in the day.
I think canonically it was the same guy. But
Oh, okay.
I'm not entirely sure of that. Who's saying that both Miss Hall and Mr. Master murdered Isaac Dover?
Mr. Master committed the murder, while Miss Curator moved the body. That's what I believe.
What? Can you say that? We would never kill Monsieur Dover.
Did you not steal the body and preserve it for 18 years, you freak?
Yeah, okay, that's my bad.
It is only natural to suspect you of being
Freddie confessed to her crimes. And now is not the time to judge her of her past crimes.
In that case, let's all go home. Let's judge Miss Hall for her current crime. She attempted to murder Mr. Gustavia today.
If you wanted to pin the crime on somebody, why choose Mr. Gustavia?
Perhaps Mr. Gustavia suspected Miss Hall was the criminal, as he attempted to confirm whether or not the Gemini sculpture was genuine. He was caught in a trap meant to silence him forever.
Can you prove that theory?
Mr. Gustavia is currently teetering on the brink of death. There's probably no way to prove it unless he regains consciousness. In other words, we should have taken him to a real hospital and not put him upstairs in a room. But there's nothing we can do for now.
That can't be true. There must still be something we can do.
Calling an ambulance is against protocol. You still don't get it, do you? Allow me to give you a clearer explanation. We already have ample evidence for both the IS-7 incident and today's poison gases.
By ample evidence, you mean...
For the IS-7 incident, we have a body, the murder weapon, and a pair of suspects. For the poison gas incident, we have the 2 chemicals and Mrs. Hall's confession. Furthermore, I have finished collecting all the evidence necessary for your own PIC hearing, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
What?
How can you say something like that so casually?
Miles, you know you're always welcome to join the Edgeworth Law offices.
Ugh.
It's a nice way of saying I hope you get disbarred.
But Courtney, I'd like to ask that you refrain from making such needless remarks.
I understand. Well, regardless, there is no need to investigate any further.
Saying that there is nothing left for us to investigate.
We have already exhausted all the ends in regards to the evidence. This court will accept no further deliberations. I shall now deliver my verdict for the defendant, Catherine Hall. I hereby pronounce you
Hold it. Still a need for further investigation.
If you wish to halt my verdict, please do so with evidence. That is, if there is any evidence that requires further deliberation.
I cannot allow this case to end here. There's still something that needs to be cleared up. Looks like I'll have to show Judge Courtney something to convince her.
I mean, there's one piece I still have a question about, but it's that chocolate frame with the handprint on it.
Maybe? Like, we have to prove we don't have ample evidence?
Yeah, I think, or this, it's either
Sorry, I
that
think it's
statement
no need to
or it's
investigate.
the no need to investigate, yeah.
I see.
So is there anything that we have a description of that has like, we don't know what this is?
Let's see. I mean, the IS-7 incident had notes. We never did an autopsy. So there's that. I don't think this has anything. No. We technically don't know what the gas burner was used for. Although
Well, we answered that in a testimony, I think, at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he used it to melt the ice open.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
No fingerprints found, but there were fingerprints or finger marks. Salt lamp of blood.
We could ask about their missing sons.
Yeah.
That whole plot line.
That whole plot line that still bothers me. Another sketch. Melted chocolate. Statute of limitations. So really the only thing I have is the IS-7 incident that seems to me presentable.
We certainly could try it.
I'll do a quick save. This is
I think it's
traditional.
either that or the handprint.
Yeah, those are like the two things that were like, we have that evidence for some reason.
Yeah, because we haven't used it for anything yet.
Yeah, and yet it's still in our pocket.
Like some kind of dusty chocolate.
Right.
Yeah. Ah, beans.
Judge Courtney, there is a contradiction in your testimony.
I cannot authorize this statement
And why not?
because it's obvious you're bluffing.
Oh, is that the impression I give off? Next time, for sure, I will present evidence that will silence her for good.
Is that a threat?
Sounds like it.
Alright, we'll do the fingies.
It wasn't that either?
This isn't it. Oh, okay, let's see. What about... Nothing like Mr. DeBest.
Jams is saying it's possible you're presenting on the wrong statement, so I guess we could try it on the... We could try him to this one.
Might as well, since I already safety saved. No.
That ain't it. But we could try the painting on that one.
Yeah, try the painting on that one. It's not gonna hurt. Because I can't wait to hear what Gustavia's fucking motive is, because we haven't spent any time developing the motive. It wasn't that one either.
What great banter. normally I would think there seems no reason to investigate. Is
Present the picture of the kids. Fuck it. Maybe Edgeworth actually does care about those missing children, much to the lack of knowledge that... Like, he hasn't said anything about caring about this kids, but fucking maybe he does, I don't know.
That'll be important later. Yeah, the only struggle is if I look at things. It's chugging away though. I feel like we took care of this one, but I don't know why I can examine that one further. Going to...
Well, thank God we saved, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes there's just some brute forcing in this game, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It happens.
Cool, thank you for trying, James.
I guess... I don't know if we want to try the other statement, or do we think that this... I feel like this statement is it.
Oh,
But we could try it on... Try the picture of the sons to this one.
nope, I found out what it is.
Okay.
What is it?
It is the liquid analysis results.
How dare
Because-
they? I ruled it out because it was recent.
Yep, we already used it recently, but we don't know whose blood that is.
To which statement? Then no reason to investigate further?
According to this, either.
Oh.
Interesting.
To be fair, that wasn't one of my questions, was whose blood is that?
Well, yeah, because it was found on a dead body and stuff, so...
Yeah.
I'm so mad. This is like one of those where it's just like, okay, like, you know, half the time I'm like, fine, sure, fine. No, this one's stupid. Fine, fine. It's fine.
But you didn't think of that. There's still one piece of evidence from the IS-7 incident that remains unsettled. Take a look at this.
This is...
This is the forensic result from the Gemini sculpture that melted in the Winter Palace. According to the results of the analysis, traces of someone's blood were found. Who does this blood belong to? Until we know the answer, the case is still open.
There was blood mixed in with the remains of the Gemini sculpture. I heard nothing of this from Sebastian.
Yeah, that's right. This was a report from Detective Gumshoe. I plan to tell Mr. DeBest myself.
So even though you had no investigative authority, you still did as you please. I shall report everything that transpired today to the PIC.
I will not avert my eyes from the truth, nor shall I overlook the mistakes of the past. Wish to report my actions to the PIC, be my guest. But in exchange, I want you to let me investigate this case to the very end.
It is not my place to decide such things. We must call the idiot back.
Here we come. Hey, good news, you guys.
He's awake.
And he
Oh,
came
and
to
walking.
us.
Thanks to our early detection, Mr. Gustavia's life was saved. Huh?
Mr. Gustavia. So, he's alive.
We'll fix that.
Would you be the ones who saved my life?
No, that was Larry. Hey, Mr. Gustavia. New scar, I like it.
Ah, you are. Sir Assistant, are you not?
Creepy smile.
You've grown so big this time. This is one of your assistants then?
No, I'm.
He's an assistant candidate. And Gregory Edgeworth's son.
I am Miles Edgeworth, a prosecutor.
Oh, what a twist of fate. I am in your debt. It is thanks to you that I have completely recovered.
Heh, there's no need for thanks. Since you're alive, we can reach the truth behind the incident 18 years ago.
What do you speak of? While you were unconscious, the truth has started to come to light. You may be Isaac Dover's murderer. Congratulations.
What? Really? Miss Hall was looking for the criminal behind the events of 18 years ago. That's why he set up the poison gas in the Pisces case. To Gustavia, the events of the incident 18 years ago. Tell us what really happened. Do you wish to remain silent?
Nah, I think he's just meditating.
He can sleep standing up? What a useful skill to have.
Meditation is different from sleeping, though.
Mr. Gustavia, please tell us what you did 18 years ago. I'm the criminal because I fell for the trap. That's not a very funny joke.
Oh, I'm kind of doing Ray, sorry.
I'm a victim, not a culprit.
Mr. Gustavia, it has not yet been made clear whether or not you are the criminal. This is only a baseless speculation. Do not concern yourself with the drivel of a prosecutor without jurisdiction.
At least there is one person here who understands.
My name is Justine Courtney. I am a judge. If you would like, I would be happy to assist you. Let us show Prosecutor Edgeworth the truth of 18 years ago and keep Sebastian out of it.
Understood. I shall prove my innocence to you, Sir Prosecutor.
Oh, there's a bot. Stephanie, don't buy followers.
Oh, what? But I only have so few.
But they're burning a hole in your pocket of your money, isn't it?
Yeah, and these PJ pants I'm wearing that actually do have pockets. Anyway.
Judge Courtney, is that your answer? You intend to bury the truth of the I-7 incident before it can be brought to light?
I merely believe in the judgments of the goddess of law.
Ultimately, those who render judgment are only human.
Oh, Snom. It's Snom like the Pokemon. The bot's the Pokemon Snom.
Nom. As long as humans control the law, there is no guarantee that every verdict is correct. If you are going to help conceal the truth, I will not hold back.
I'm looking forward to it.
Lady Justine, what should I do now?
He's also got Simon Blackwell Badger porcupine hair.
I guess they were just trying out a bunch of porcupine hair, badger, dead bear hairs, before they designed Simon.
Yeah.
Oops. Can you tell us the reason why you opened the Pisces case?
Understood. I came to see Mr. Dover's work from 18 years ago. However, I accidentally entered the museum a half hour before it opened.
Accidentally, eh? Also, he's got like a seahorse tattoo on his hand.
I thought it was more scars.
Well,
Oh yeah, no, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there was nobody at the entrance, correct?
Since I thought the criminal from 18 years ago might be coming, I had no security guards in place. I didn't even lock the doors. I was very busy with opening preparations, so there was nobody on the first floor. In addition, I locked every palace door aside from the autumn one.
Oh yeah, because they're called pals.
I see. This must have been done in order to lure the criminal to the Autumn Palace. We established that. Which is why he ended up entering the Autumn Palace.
Why didn't she? Oh no, because she was gonna do a murder. But why didn't she put a camera up in the Autumn Palace so she could identify who the murderer was for retrospect? But no, it was because she didn't want her crime on tape.
Good idea. But I mean, she would have found the dead body and been like, yep, that was the one.
Yeah, that was the plan, I guess. Instead of like anything else.
Yeah. I lured someone here I thought was a murderer. I also didn't have security.
A+.
It's already suspicious that he snuck into the museum in the first place. The gallery should remain silent. Unless you have evidence that can prove his testimony false, I will not allow any objections. A gallery? This isn't even a courtroom. Now then, why did you open the Pisces case?
I wish to view Sir Dover's handiwork up close. The Gemini sculpture. No, it was actually the Pisces, wasn't it? The lid had been frozen shut, so I borrowed a burner to open it. But as soon as I opened the lid, poison gas began pouring out.
Quite a convenient testimony.
It sounds like a total lie, doesn't it? There are parts of Mr. Gustavi's testimony that I have issues with as well. However, there is no evidence to disprove it. But that's...
Would it not make sense for suspicion to fall on Lady Catherine before myself?
We did that already, my dude.
She may have intended to release the poison gas haphazardly.
Objection!
Kate turned on the sprinklers as soon as the gas was released. She was specifically targeting the person who triggered the trap. Mr. Gustavi, you were her only target. You are willing to accept the words of this criminal as the truth?
Tall must atone for her crimes. However, the same can be said for the criminal from 18 years ago.
Sir Prosecutor, it seems you wish to suspect me to the bitter end. However, I had no reason to murder Sir Dover. If there is no evidence to suggest I killed him, you cannot suspect me.
No.
Mr. Edgeworth, can't you prove that Mr. Gustavi is the criminal?
All we know for sure is that Mr. Gustavia fell victim to the poison gas. No matter how strange his behavior was, it won't prove he committed the murder.
But that's... Mr. Shields, is there nothing we can do?
Well, if there isn't any evidence, we should try reorganizing the facts. Turnabout, you're thinking. If Mr. Gustavia was the one who killed Mr. Dover, there must have been a motive.
I heard that from Gregory. He had a book of conversation of sayings, you know.
We watched a lot of Law and Order SVU.
Motive? Mr. Gustavia himself is denying that such a motive exists, and we finally have the logic system back.
Yeah, long time
Yeah,
no
it's
see,
been
logic.
forever.
It's not easy to take another person's life, so I hear. 18 years ago, your old man also discussed motive, with Prosecutor Von Karma.
And that was
Oh,
a
God.
short conversation.
Oh God.
Oh, I wasn't prepared. You claim their collaboration is irrelevant? If Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover's God damn it, relationships had turned sour. Gustavia helped Dover with his final dessert, but Dover didn't help. It could have served as a motive for murder.
Oh, thank God I didn't have to do Manfred.
We couldn't talk with Mr. Gustavia 18 years ago, but this time things are different. If we connect to everything we've learned so far, the truth might be revealed.
Yes, I suppose so. Seems I must re-examine the information from 18 years ago. Must recall all the details that have remained unexplained.
We did just present all of them to Courtney.
Oh, that's me again. So, the gloved finger marks on the picture frame was your doing? Oh, I guess we did explain that.
Oh, I forgot. Oops.
Alicia denied leaving the finger marks on the frame. Never mind,
Yeah,
we
she
didn't
denied
explain
it, yeah.
They were left by Mr. Gustavia. He may have been trying to view the angel's recipe.
Monsieur Master asked me to change the film in the camera. It seemed the film he prepared in advance wasn't enough.
There wasn't enough film?
It seems the number of photos he took didn't match up with the amount of film remaining.
It's all coming together.
Well, he told me himself it might have been just a mistake, though.
The information my father collected 18 years ago was certainly not for naught. If there's no evidence, then I shall use logic to reveal the truth.
Alrighty, here we go.
Okay. So, Gustavia claims he has no murder for motive. Gustavia did help Dover with his found dessert, but Dover didn't. Gustavia's goal is to view the recipe. Has somebody used the rest of the film?
Maybe somebody was taking pictures of
Pictures
the
of the
angel's
angel
recipe.
recipe, yeah. So, motive for murder and partnership turn sour are probably connected, and remaining film and angel's goal are probably connected.
That seems logical. I just don't have to do them in a certain order.
Yeah, which one first?
These two.
Mr. Gustavia collaborated with the victim Isaac Dover to create your desserts, didn't you?
Oh, it seems you know about my secret.
Mr. Shields told me about it. Over handled the design while you were in charge of the taste. Is that correct?
Back then, my training had been insufficient.
Seems you worked together through the semifinals, but not during the finals. Why is that?
We both wished to compete in the finals against Sir Master on our own merits.
You must have also helped with Isaac Dover's dessert even during the finals.
What makes you able to declare something like that?
Didn't you tell Prosecutor Von Karmer about it yourself 18 years ago? That you cooperated until the day before the finals?
The sculptures in Mr. Dover's room were all made out of sherbet. Such an amount would most likely need to be left overnight to freeze. Which means Mr. Gustavia prepared Mr. Dover's sherbet in advance the day before.
That's right. So you realize Gustavia's cooperation ended the day before the finals.
Then, why did Mr. Dover not help Miss Gustavia in return?
The views of the dead are of no concern to me.
What a piece of shit.
Why did Isaac Dover not help you in return? If there is a reason why your partnership with Isaac Dover broke down, that would be a motive for murder.
That could be a possibility. However, Sir Dover and I ended our partnership peacefully.
Peaceful breakup? That's hard to imagine.
Not to mention, it's absurd to think I killed Sir Dover in Sir Master's room. I couldn't have killed Sir Dover while Sir Master was also there, making his desserts. In other words, there is no way I could have committed the murder.
That's not true. If there was a moment when Mr. Master was absent from the room, I could prove that it was possible for Mr. Gustavia to commit the murder.
Well, you see, he did come to talk about the camera,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't know if that's gonna actually connect.
I was thinking it was when he was judging the other rooms.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's... What's the remaining film one say?
I do think Angel's Recipe and remaining film are connected.
Yeah, I mean, that makes
Yeah, try
sense.
that, because I know we just talked about timing, so it makes like us feel we should do timing, but in this game, I bet you those two, and then we'll get a new piece
Yeah,
of one.
I'm sure like I could do those first two out of order.
If he had photographed the contents of the Angel's Recipe, he wouldn't need to steal it. Perhaps Mr. Gustavia used Mr. Master's camera to take the pictures.
If he had stolen the actual recipe book, the police would have found out. I don't think they would have, my dude, because they didn't find the ice sculptures in the freezer of the mansion for 18 years.
They certainly didn't give a shit, but the real contradiction here is how did he read recipes off of Polaroids?
The
I
real
see.
crime.
Pictures, eh?
The problem is the time at which he entered Mr. Master's room.
Mr. Gustavia could have moved around freely during the afternoon tea, right? Because it seemed both him and Mr. Dover did not participate in the afternoon tea.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, the only time we can prove that Dover was still alive is...
The victim was not seen as he stayed locked up in his room after the contest had begun. The only one who could have unlocked the locked rooms was Jeff Master.
Was Master's desserts all that you ate?
Actually, no. After the afternoon tea, I also ate Icy's desserts.
After the contest began, Isaac Dover was locked up in his room. If we assume he was killed at some point before Delicia snuck into his room, then there is a high chance that he was killed before the afternoon tea was over.
There you go.
There we go.
Isaac Dover was alive up until the afternoon tea began. Ergo, that is the only time when Gustavia could have killed Dover.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you satisfied?
Heh. Sorry, but I'm far from satisfied. Because I am finally starting to see the truth behind this case.
Are you saying you have found some evidence to show us that truth?
No. There is no need to present any evidence. Since we can just have Mr. Gustavia tell us the truth.
Ah, so this is where you use that, right?
Indeed. Mr. Gustavia, there is one thing I want you to tell me. I said, Mr. Gustavia, there's one thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the finals,
He stole Edward's trademark noise.
during the finals of the contest, you made your desserts on your own.
I wanted to compete for the title of the world's greatest pastry chef on my own merits.
If that was truly the case, you would have competed on your own merits from the start.
Oh.
If you want to tell me why it was necessary for you to cooperate with... Oh, I want you to tell me why it was necessary for you to cooperate with Isaac Dover.
It's chess time, baby.
Fuck.
I've stopped time.
Okay.
How late are we gonna go?
That's what I say. Can I save right now? Because we can just save right now and start chess next time.
Yes.
That's a good plan. I think we are at the final push, so next time we'll probably finish this and start the next one, but
Seems likely.
sometimes the final push can be an extra 2 hours.
It's true. We've had several rounds of like, oh, we're close, but then we had a case within this case,
Yeah.
and then we had to go back to story time with Ray. So I think
Yeah.
this is a good stopping points. There's probably a lot
Yeah, I
of
think
dialogue.
so.
Yeah,
I think so. And then when we get back, we get to do logic chess. Isn't that fun?
Yay!
I can have my panic attack before, but I won't because I'll forget about it by the time when I sit down here and start the game up and go, ah, fuck.
Yeah. Yep.
I have a brand and it's saying words wrong and forgetting things like magic is real.
And I probably don't have to do Von Karma's voice anymore, hopefully.
I hope not. But who knows when they'll just pull another flashback out. They're
That's
gonna have
true.
to. They're gonna go over everything that happened in that case.
Yeah, I
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
Gregory will pop up again. But anyways, next
Yeah.
time on Objective This, playing Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations Prosecutor Path, the second game in this series, we will play Logic Chest and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for coming tonight.
Thank you, everybody.
See you all next week. If you haven't listened to new episode's out, so give that a listen. In the meantime, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Kevin.
And that was Object to This, so why don't you object to that?